Well, hello everyone. It is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. It's great to be with you on another Inspirations for Your Life show. If this is your very first time joining me, well, you're in luck. I want to say thank you. And of course, I want to say the words welcome. If you've been here one time, two times, five times, 10, or even 100 or more, I like to take the time to say thank you. But I also want to say the words welcome back because I really do appreciate you guys for coming back and enjoying all the great content that I produce. After the show is over, don't forget to check out believemeachieve.com for more of my amazing, of course, inspiring creations, which you can do 24 hours a day after the show is over. So, welcome everyone to Master Building Your Life with Discipline, Growth, and Ownership. This is season or series 5. It's show 23 and it's episode number 3. And this is more than a show. This has become a standard for people, a way of life. Hey, I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur, engineer, marketing specialist, video producer, podcast host, coach, keynote speaker, graduate student, and a proud, passionate, lifelong learner, and a very grateful author. But beyond titles, I'm someone who believes that your life is built by what you do consistently, not occasionally. Today, I'm diving into one of the most powerful forces that determine success or failure. What is it? Discipline. It's not motivation. It's not luck. It is discipline. Because you see, motivation fades, feelings change, but discipline stays with us through the thick and the thin. Discipline, ladies and gentlemen, is what gets you up in the morning when you do not feel like it. It's what keeps you focused when distractions are everywhere. It's what separates people who talk about success from those who actually live it. Yeah, there's a concept. Self control and consistency are the foundation of everything meaningful you want to build. Without them, goals remain ideas. With them, ideas actually become a reality we can celebrate. So today, I'm going to challenge you to take ownership, to raise your standards, and commit to small actions that shape your future. Are you ready? Let's break it down together. Number 1, wake up with a purpose and stick to a routine. When you wake up with intention, you control your day instead of reacting to it. A strong routine builds stability and sets the tone for consistent success. What do? You guys know I did the paper for a while, but I also have moved to the electronic version because when you get things off paper, you actually stress less because it's just all there. All right. I think a lot of people say, oh, John, that's a lot of work. But I got to tell you, looking at that sheet and saying, oh, gee, I did this, I did that. That's a great feeling. I mean, just going on to my Google Calendar or whatever calendar, you guys want to use, it's totally, it's totally up to you. But I can tell you that going on to my digital calendar every day, which I do several times a day. And so there was a task I did before. So what I do is I go over to that task that I was working on. And then all I do is I click the little button there. Like there was a post I did this morning. I'll click on that. And there it goes. There's another thing I did. And I could see that's gone too. So pretty cool, right? Really, really cool. But this happens because of discipline. That's why it happens. Okay. That's why it happens. So number 2, guys, do hard things first and avoid procrastination. You see, the longer you delay difficult tasks, the heavier they become. Tackle them early and you build confidence, momentum, and mental strength. Some people are waiting for things to be handed to them, but they don't actually take the action. And then they're wondering why they're in the same spot they were before. I'm going to tell you, because you're just hoping, not taking any action. Pretty cool, right? I think a lot of people get stuck sometimes. And I think what happens is when you realize you're not going where you want to go, all right, you can do one of two things. You can complain or you can take action and you can fix it, right? You know something's not working, so you've got to change. Number 3, guys, control impulses and limit distraction. Every distraction steals time from your future. Everyone, even the small ones. Discipline means choosing what matters most over what feels easy to the moment. And I know we all want things that are easy, right? Things that are so easy and simple. But when we really understand this, it comes down to the fact that when we have discipline and we win, the dopamine in our brain kicks up more, and we want to do more of this. It's like a natural drug that's in our body, and it propels us forward. And that's pretty powerful, guys. Number 4, build strong habits and eliminate the weak ones. Your habits are your system. Strong habits push you forward automatically, while the weak ones, they quietly hold you back. And sometimes it shows up where people say, just let him be, let her be. But letting somebody be in the way that they can just be the same way and keep getting the same results. When we think about change, Einstein said something a long time ago. Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, that is insanity. So why are we doing that? Why? Why are we doing that? There's no need for it. Number 5, track progress and stay consistent daily. What gets measured improves. I've said that before. When you track your actions, you stay accountable and can clearly see your growth over time. That's what marketing companies do, advertising companies do, customer service teams do. They look at things over time and they track them. Number 6, finish what you start and stay committed. Starting is easy. Finishing is where discipline lives. Following through builds trust with yourself and strengthens your identity. See, guys, this is how real growth happens. Not overnight, not instantaneously, but through daily, consistent, small actions. Through these small actions, repeated with intention, focus, and discipline, you do not need to be perfect. Let's get that out of the way. You need to be consistent. Because when you take ownership of your actions, control your habits, and commit to improving every single day, you begin to build a life that reflects your highest potential. This is your moment to step up, stay focused, stay disciplined, and keep building. I think a lot of times when people hear these things, they're just like, how do I do this stuff? Like, how am I supposed to move forward? And I know this can be a very, very big problem for everybody, a very, very big problem. And I know you're saying to me, John, this doesn't make sense, right? Doesn't make sense. And you're probably saying to me, John, it doesn't make sense, but then how do I change it? How do I become different? I think this comes down to an awareness, guys. An awareness. That's where it comes down to. An awareness, right? So we know how to control impulses. Not every urge deserves an action, right? I think that's hard for some people to realize because they think that you have to respond, but sometimes in responding, we're actually responding wrong, right? I know that can get people really, how can I say, a little bit crazed up if I do say so myself. So that's important to actually understand. Number 6, guys, finish what you start and stay committed. Starting is easy, as I said, but it's the finishing that makes life hard. Not that you can't do it, not that it's not possible, but you find ways to not want to do it because you're procrastinating, right? I think that's hard for a lot of people to admit to procrastinating, even to themselves. They don't want to admit that. So as I said, Einstein said, if you do the same thing over and over again and you expect different results, that is insanity. That's insanity. So let's stop doing that, right? Let us stop doing that. And when we stop doing that, we'll start to move in a positive direction. We'll start to become aware of those things that maybe were there the whole time, but for whatever reason, we just decided to dismiss them to not pay attention to them, when those were the keys that we needed to become successful. Think about that for a moment. The keys are already in you, but sometimes you just let them go. You dismiss them like they have no validity. And I know that's hard for a lot of people to understand. But if you're at the same place that you've been for a long time, then I think this advice might actually pay off for you. You need consistency, okay? And you need discipline. That's what you need. That'll help you build the strong habits, right? Your habits become that system. They'll push you forward automatically while the weak ones try to hold you back. Track your progress and stay consistent. As I said, let's measure things. What gets measured can get changed. All right, that's important. And I know you don't want to finish things, but it's important to finish. See, that's where success lives. When it gets hard, the next time it becomes a little bit easier than it was before. Ladies and gentlemen, avoid procrastination. Delaying tasks increases stress. We know this. Taking action immediately builds confidence and clarity. So I want you to focus on priorities. Not everything matters equally. Identify what moves your life forward and give it your true energy. I think sometimes we don't go somewhere because somebody else says, oh, that's not going to work. But that's for them. That's not for you. They shouldn't be telling you what you should or shouldn't be doing. That's you. That's your mind. That's your body. A lot of people allow others to put them into the state where they basically, sabotage themselves. And they don't even know they're doing it. They think they're trying to help them, but really they're not. And they're not doing it intentionally. They think they're giving good advice, but they're really not. Number 17, set boundaries. Protect your time and your energy. Saying no is often more powerful than saying yes. Because you see, when you say no to some things, you're actually saying yes to yourself. That's a powerful thing, guys. A very, very powerful thing. But I know a lot of you are going to write this off and say, oh, John, it doesn't matter. It does matter. It matters a lot. Number 18, limit distractions. Distractions will always destroy the focus, regardless of how small or big they are. Create an environment that supports deep, uninterrupted work. Yeah, there's a concept. Number 19, build strong habits. Success is automated through habits. Build routines that work for you, not against you. All right. I think that's an important one for us to understand. Eliminate the weak habits, guys. Small bad habits compound over time. Identify and remove what holds you back right now. Stay consistent daily. Consistency beats intensity. Small actions done daily create lasting change. Follow through. Doing what you say builds self-trust. Without follow through, goals remain ideas. And people, they kind of lose hope in you. They lose faith in you. Do what you said. Keep the promises to yourself. Integrity with yourself is one thing. But when you destroy it with others, that could be even worse. Stay organized, guys. Clarity creates efficiency. Organization helps you move faster with less stress. So why do we want to move slower with more stress? That doesn't seem to make a lot of sense, but people do it. Respect your time. Your time is limited. Use it wisely and invest it where it matters most. Okay? Where it matters most. And if you don't know where it matters most, then you got to figure out what's important in your life. I can't tell you that. You have to figure out what's important in your life and act upon it. Respect. others' time. Being disciplined includes valuing others, punctuality, and preparation. Show respect. I had a client, many, many years ago. The lady's not in business anymore. It was a medical company. And her company was supposed to open it. Let's say we were meeting in the morning. It was 9 o'clock. At this time, she didn't have any employees. And I come to her house, so it was no big deal because, she was there. But a year or two later, when she grew her business, she thought it was okay to dismiss punctuality. Oh, I'm busy. I'm making money. I don't have time to be on time. So she did this to me once or twice. And the next time she did this, she got a bill for the whole 2 hours I waited for her. She almost had a heart attack. I said, when you tell me to come and to wait for you, I do. But the clock starts the moment I get in your door. I don't charge you travel time, but my clock starts billing you the moment I step in your door. Well, she was never late again. Avoid the shortcuts, guys. Shortcuts often cost more in the long run. They seem like an easy way, but they're not. Build it right, even if it takes longer to do, because chances are next time you won't have to do it. It'll be built solid. I'll give you another example. So this chair that I'm sitting on, and some of you might recall the story from several months ago. I was going to do the show, and all of a sudden, I was going to get on the chair, and the chair literally went down to the ground. Now, I knew the chair was going down, so I held the desk, and I kind of braced myself as the chair was going down. And the thing is, for about a year or two, I would tighten things up, but nothing was working. And we kept getting carpenters, and nobody knew what they were doing. And I knew that we had to put something in the chair to hold it, but they said, oh, that's not possible. Well, this guy knew exactly the type of bolt or flange that had to be put in there. And I got to tell you, and after I wiggle on the chair is stable. And he fixed the chair, let's see, we're in June right now. He fixed it around the 18th of April. So April 18th, April to May, May to June. We're almost 2 months. We're about a month up. Normally the chair would start falling apart in a month. I would say if the chair doesn't wiggle within 6 months, we're probably good. Stay committed, guys. Commitment keeps you moving when excitement fades. It is the backbone of the discipline engine. Track your progress. Measurement creates awareness. Awareness drives improvement and accountability. When we know that we're going to be accountable for something, we take more time. When other people know that they're going to be accountable for something, they're more conscientious, aren't they? Stay focused, guys. Under pressure, pressure reveals discipline. Stay calm, think clearly, and execute. If something's not right, do it again. Right? When we know we made a mistake, there's no harm in redoing something. How many times have you done a job for a client maybe and something went wrong? Do you pass that off like that? No. You fix it. Even though you're like they may never catch it. It's a reputation. It's an image. I'm not here to do shoddy work. A lot of people think they should just collect the gold and don't worry about it because nobody will ever figure it out. That's important to know. Build mental toughness. Growth requires resilience. Train your mind to handle challenges without quitting. I know that sounds like an impossibility, but trust me, ladies and gentlemen, you can do it. It's not going to be easy, but I have faith in you that you can do it. Show up. Regardless of your mood, feelings are temporary. Discipline means showing up even when you don't feel like it. That's what successful people do. We all have feelings, we all have emotions, but we do what we need to do regardless of our feelings or emotions. Avoid burnout, guys. I should know. I wrote a book on it. Through structure, balance, effort, with recovery. Structure prevents exhaustion, and it sustains performance. And you know what it also does? It actually gives us freedom. I think that's important to understand. And when you understand that, you know there's more. You have to realize what you're doing, and you have to understand why you're doing it. I've said this to people many times. If you can't do what you want, it's because your why is not loud enough. I don't mean you're not screaming. I mean the reason, the passion behind what you're doing is not strong enough. It's not strong enough. It means something very, very important. Something that maybe you didn't know about. Something that maybe you were afraid to talk about. Maybe. And I can tell you guys that a lot of times when you're at the cliff of doing something and you can't, it's not because you can't do it. It's because you sabotage yourself. You said to yourself, I can't. I tell clients this all the time. Just like Henry Ford said, if you believe you can't, you're right. If you believe you can, you're also right. So our words in our mind and which comes out of our lips affect our reality. It changes our chemical makeup at the moment. Take breaks intentionally. Rest is productive when planned. It helps you recharge and stay sharp. I'll give you an example. I was doing a hike with the guys the other day, and I had an early morning. I started early. Didn't take a shower in the morning. I had breakfast, something light, and then I got out to the trail. And I was there from about 10:30 in the morning. I don't think I finished till 3:45. Then I went for a nice, what was it, burrito. Actually, no, it was just a salad. It was what was in a burrito, but it was in a salad. Came home, took a shower, and I said to myself, you know what, John? I need to take a nap. I did a few things, took a 2-hour nap, and I powered right through the rest of the evening. See, when you respect yourself like that, then I went to bed, and I kept getting up every couple hours. My body had plenty of energy. You know, ladies and gentlemen, another thing I want to tell you is finish what you start. You see, completion builds momentum, and a lot of people I know start something great, but they never finish it. They give themselves an excuse, right? Is it time? Is it money? Is it knowledge? Any one of those can be resolved. Every finished task strengthens your discipline. Every finished task. Avoid overloading yourself. See, too much leads to inconsistency. Focus on what you can execute well. Stay disciplined in small things. Small actions define you. Discipline in little things leads to grand results. Build routine stably. Stability creates reliability. A stable routine keeps you progressing steadily. It's not about trying to be a hero. It's about doing something consistently every single day. Consistency and structure. You do it the same way every day, and you're consistently doing it daily. Repeat, guys, what works. Success leaves clues. Identify what works and do it again and again consistently. Don't burn out. End strong. How you finish matters. Strong endings build confidence and prepare you for the next day. And the feeling you get, oh my gosh, it's incredible. Finishing that hike, coming back, even though I was tired, I felt great. And that's what propels me back to do it again. Now, I have discipline to do it, but I love the feeling, that tired feeling that I get after the hike. It's a tired feeling, but it's a little bit of a rejuvenation as well. And ladies and gentlemen, this is how real success is built. It's not a magic formula, all right? There's work. Not in one moment, but in thousands of small, disciplined actions repeated daily. That's the key to success. Pretty easy, right? Why don't people do it? People don't have structure. People don't want to be consistent. They think they're being boring. Take ownership, ladies and gentlemen. Stay consistent in your lives. Build your life with, what am I going to say? Purpose. We have core values in our lives. Everything we do should align to our core values. If it does, that gives our life purpose and it gives us meaning, and it makes our why loud enough so we will do more things in life. We will do more things in life. And when that happens, it's like, oh my gosh, I have this amazing understanding now that I didn't know was even there before. Right? And that's something that a lot of people don't realize. They don't realize that they've had the power, they've had the energy, that they've had everything they needed all along. You know what they needed? They needed belief. They needed the desire to really come up with discipline and consistency. And when you do that, your life is sure to change. Because, ladies and gentlemen, discipline always wins, regardless of what other people tell you. Discipline's not overrated. Growth mindsets, own your life, success habits. And let's level up daily, everyone. Have a great one. Be well, and check out believemeachieve.com. And let's start becoming successful.